So as we sit with our eyes closed, just starting to take your gaze internally. Following the flow of the natural breath. And just observing the quality of your breath. Taking a moment to really focus on the exhalation and allowing any tension to release from your body as you exhale. Being aware of those spaces in the physical body where our tension, our stuff sits. So we move through our asana practice, our physical practice, to help to release that tension. And we also have the breath as a really powerful tool to help with that release. So we can direct the breath, this pranic energy, with our intention to any space in the body that we choose. We can use the inhalation to almost push through the blocks, push into them. And the exhale to allow that energy exchange as we release. Sometimes these blocks release quickly. Sometimes this is years worth of stuff built up. So as we move through today's practice, treat this body as we would if it was somebody else's body. If you'd borrowed a body for the day, or if it was your best friend's body, treat it with the same loving kindness that you would if it belonged to them. Treat it with the same curiosity and care. If it was somebody else's body and you were working into a stretch, felt like maybe it was pushing a bit too far, would you continue to push? Or would you maybe hold it there, just at the risk that you might push too far? So just be aware throughout the practice of how you treat this body. If you're in a posture and you feel like you want to go deeper into it, but you're maybe physically at your limit, use the breath. Push the breath deeper. So keeping this focus onto your natural breath, come forwards onto all fours and move into your cat-cow. So just starting to feel the length of the spine. Starting to explore with curiosity where this tension sits in your body. And then start to expand the movement, circling the hips. Move into the shoulders, move the neck. And then change the direction of those circles. Really enjoying this exploration, this curiosity as we start to move. And come back to a neutral position. So walking the hands forward a hand's length, spread your fingers wide and really place the hands down, root through the knuckles and the pads of the fingers. Tuck your toes under and stretch back to your downward dog. So placing the feet mindfully, feel your way into this. Allow the head to hang, shake it out, get rid of any unnecessary tension. So really feeling those 4 points of contact with the earth. The strength of the posture through the hands, through the feet, through the core. And using that exhalation to soften away any unnecessary tension. Walk your feet to the top of the mat. And coming into Uttanasana. Grip the imaginary block between the thighs and walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. So we keep that connection to the midline. It helps to keep the hips stable. And then walk the hands over to the left side. And just exploring how the body feels today. And then coming back to the center. So bringing your hands onto your hips as you inhale, come up to standing. And bring your arms down by your side into Asana. Inhaling, floating your arms up. So root down through the feet as you take your gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, swan dive forwards to Uttanasana. Inhaling, look forwards, lengthen to your flat back. Exhaling, step back, chaturanga, or knees, chest and chin. Inhaling to cobra or upward dog. Exhale back to your downward dog and hold it here. Spread the toes, root through the feet, feel through your hands, connect to your breath. Especially at the moment, we're in a really powerful full moon cycle. So we really want to focus on that connection to the earth, that placing. So inhale, step forwards and come into your flat back. Exhaling, fold down to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, hands to the heart center. Inhale, floating your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward to Uttanasana. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog. Exhaling back to your downward dog and hold it here. Yeah. rooting through the L shape of the thumb and forefinger. Inhale, step forwards, coming into your flat back. Exhaling, fold down to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hanamusasana. Exhaling, hands to Namaste. Inhale, floating your arms up. Exhaling, swan dive forward to Uttanasana. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, step back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Soften any unnecessary tension and let go. Inhale, step forward, coming to the back. Exhale, fold down to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hanamusasana. Exhaling, hands to the heart center. Inhale, floating your arms up, gaze to the front. Exhale, swan dive forward to Uttanasana. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step forwards, coming into your flat back. Exhaling, fold down to Uttanasana. Work the hands back alongside the feet. Inhaling, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hanamusasana. Exhaling, hands to the heart center into the breath. Inhale, floating your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward to Uttanasana. Again, work those hands back to the feet. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, step back, Chaturanga on each chest and chin. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So rotate that right inner thigh up. Yeah. Exhaling, back to down dog. I'm going to go to and hold. On your inhale, step forwards, come into your flat back. Exhale, fold down to Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up to standing, Urdhva Hanamusasana. Exhaling, hands to the heart center. On your inhale, sit down low, sweep the hands to the floor and take the arms up to Uttanasana. Exhaling, swan dive forwards to Uttanasana. Inhaling to your flat back. Exhaling, step back, Chaturanga on knees, chest and chin. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling the right foot forwards, left heel to the mat, Virabhadrasana 1. Take the arms wide and lengthen up. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling the left foot forwards, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana and hold. And soften any tension. Inhale, step forwards, come into your flat back. Exhale, fold down to Uttanasana. Bend your knees, inhale, sweep your arms up to Uttanasana. Exhaling, come to stand, hands in front of the heart center. Inhaling, sit back to Uttanasana, so sit nice and low. Exhale, swan dive forwards, Uttanasana, hands alongside the feet. Inhaling, flat back, look forwards, lengthen the front body. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the right foot forwards, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left foot forwards, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, and hold. Inhaling, step forwards, come into your flat back. Exhaling, fold down to Uttanasana. Bend your knees, inhale, sweep your arms up to Uttanasana. Exhale, come to stand and bring your hands to Namaste. Inhaling, sit down to Uttanasana. Exhaling, swan dive forwards. Inhale, lift to your flat back. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, right foot forwards, Virabhadrasana 1. Really connecting to the midline. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Feel as you place the hands and feet. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, the left foot forwards, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, and the whole thing. On your inhale, step forward, coming into your flat back. Exhaling, fold down to Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up to Uttanasana. Exhale, come to stand, hands to Namaste. Inhaling, sit back to Uttanasana. Exhale, swan dive forwards to Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Watch that right leg. Exhaling, roll back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, the right foot forwards, high lunge this time. Spread the toes on that back foot. On your exhale, dip the left knee down to the mat. Inhale to straighten the leg. Exhale to dip. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to dip. Inhale to straighten. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling the left foot forwards, coming into your high lunge on this side. Exhaling, dip the right knee down. Stay low as you inhale and straighten. Exhale to dip. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to dip. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana and hold. Be aware of those shifts of energy through the body, the shifts in the breath. On your inhale, step forwards, come into your flat back. Exhale, fold down to Uttanasana. Inhaling, rise up to standing, or sorry, bend the knees, sweep the arms up to Utkatasana, my bad. Exhaling, come to stand, bring the hands to Namaskar. Inhaling, sit back to Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, step back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot forwards, come into your high lunge. Exhaling, turn to the left, Virabhadrasana 2. So root into that back foot, activating the back leg, the glutes, and then soften into the front leg. So turning the gaze over that middle right finger. Find the strength and the softness in this posture. Good. As you inhale, straighten the front leg and reach towards the front of the room. Pull that right thigh back. Take another deep breath in and find even more length through the right side. And then as you exhale, open out to Trikonasana. Turn the gaze up towards the left hand. Good. So finding more space in the right side of the waist. Inhaling, come back up to standing. Exhaling, bend the front knee, reach towards the front of the room. So here, wrap that right sitting bone under, and then bring the arm either elbow to knee, hand to the floor. Take the left arm up and over the head, or you can take the bind, either wrapping the left hand round and taking hold of the right thigh, or take the full bind. Notice if you're dumping the weight into that front leg, can you activate the back leg just a little bit more? With intention, shift the energy back. Good, and then release the bind. Inhaling, come up to warrior 2. Exhaling, lower the hands to the mat, step back, Chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left foot forwards, high lunge. Exhaling, turn to your right, Virabhadrasana 2. So feel into this. Where does the energy sit? Can you redirect it with intention? Activate the back foot, activate the back leg. So just turn that, yeah. Went ballet toes. And soften into the front leg. So we still want to feel like there's space in that front hip. Then on your inhale, straighten the front leg, reach towards the front of the room. Exhale out any tension. Then pull the left thigh back, inhale forwards even more, find more length, and then take the arms down, left hand to the inside of the left shin or the floor, right arm up to the ceiling. Turn the gaze up towards the ceiling. So then we turn from here, there. Good. Inhaling, come back up to standing. On the exhale, bend the front knee, reach towards the front of the room. So wrap that left sitting bone under and then open out into Parsvakonasana. Whichever variation, so either the right arm up and over the head, Reach round and take hold of the left thigh or full bind. Then releasing, inhale, come back up to your warrior two. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, and hold it here. Inhaling, step forwards, come into your flat back. Exhaling, fold down to Uttanasana. Bend your knees, inhale, sweep your arms up to Utkatasana. Exhaling, come to stand, bring the hands to Namaskar. Inhaling, sit back to Utkatasana. Exhale, swan dive forwards, hands alongside the feet. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the right foot forwards, high lunge. Exhaling, turn to the left, Virabhadrasana 2. So straighten the front leg on your inhale, reach towards the front of the room. Exhaling, open out to Trikonasana. Inhaling, come back up. Exhaling, bend the front knee, reach towards the front of the room and open out into Parsvakonasana. So either binding the left hand to the right thigh or the full bind. Then whichever variation you're in, start to straighten the right leg. It doesn't have to fully straighten. This is one of those stretches where be nice. Be kind to your body and breathe into it. Then bending the front knee on your inhale, come back up to your warrior two. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left foot forwards, high lunge. Exhaling, turn to the right, Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten the front leg on your inhale, reach towards the front of the room. And exhale, open out to Trikonasana. Inhaling, come back up to standing. Exhaling, bend the front knee, reach towards the front of the room and take the bind, whichever variation you're working with. Other arm, Jenny. Yeah, so no, that one on the inside to the floor, that one to the thigh, and then straighten the front leg. Get there, it's fine. You can blame the moon. Just back off it. Yeah, back off it. Good. Releasing, inhale, come back up to your warrior two. Exhaling, lower the hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog or cobra. Exhaling back to your downward dog and hold it here. On your inhale, step forwards, come into your flat back. Exhaling, fold down to Uttanasana. Bend your knees on your inhale, sweep your arms up to Utkatasana. Exhaling, come to stand, hands to Namaskar. So take the feet slightly wider than hip distance and bring your hands onto your hips. Make sure the feet are parallel. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, gentle extension of the spine, and exhale, forward fold. So release and take the yogi grip on the two big toes. Inhale, look forwards, push the tops of the thighs back, and exhale, pull the forehead towards the shins. Then releasing the bind, look forwards, come into a flat back. Lift the toes and slide the hands underneath. So you're treading onto the palms, backs of the hands to the mat, toes to the crease of the wrists. Bring the weight forwards into your toes. Inhale, look forwards, lengthen and push the tops of the thighs back. Exhaling, forehead towards the shins. Release the bind, bring your hands to your hips, and on your inhale, come up to standing. Bring your arms down by your side into Tadasana, and then the feet back together. So from here, we're going to take the half lotus with the right leg, any dodgy knees, this variation. But otherwise, we're going to transfer the weight to the left foot, lift the right, and take hold of the right foot. So you're going to try and pull that right foot up into the crease of the front of the hip. If it sits there quite neatly, see if you can take the right arm round and take the bump. There. If not, keep holding. See when you toe. Keep holding with the left hand. Whichever hand you're not holding the foot with, inhale, take the arm up. And on your exhale, fold forward. So we're trying to keep this standing leg straight. Reaching towards the floor, either holding the floor, the ankle, the shin. And on your inhale, slowly come up to standing. Release the leg and come back into Tadasana. Take a moment here and just feel. Have a look down at your feet. How's your Tadasana looking? Mountain pose is a really strong posture, and it starts with the feet. So connect down through the feet. Transfer the weight to the right leg and lift the left leg. Again, taking that half lotus, bringing the foot up, my knee to sit down, bringing the foot up into the crease of the hip, and then either reaching round and taking the bind, or holding with the right hand, whichever one works. Inhaling, taking the stair arm up, and exhale to fold. So play around with the balance, see if you can hold the ankle, hold the shin. And then slowly come back up to standing. Lower the leg, bring the arms down by the side and come into Tadasana. From here, we're going to take your feet slightly wider than hip distance. We're going to be coming into Svadhisthana. I can never say the word. Vrajasana. I can't pronounce it. Huh? I know. Bird of paradise pose. Takes me about 5 attempts to actually get these hands stretched out, which is not very good. So bird of paradise, we're going to do it in standing. Sometimes do it from the flow from the Hanamunasana bind, but we're going to play around with it a little bit. So I'll show you once what we're going to do, and then it's over to you. So we do a little bend into the knees, come down, and we snuggle. We're going to take the right elbow back and the shoulder up to the inside of the right knee and get the bind here. From here, what we're going to do is just practice moving from one foot to another. Once you've done that a couple of times, you're going to transfer the weight to the left leg, which is wobbling, and come up to standing. So once you're up standing, we then try and straighten the top leg, which isn't going to straighten today, and I'm going to fall over, but we're going to go with that. Yeah? Did you get that then? With my wobbling involved? Good. So, have a little bend into your knees. And then fold forward. So snuggle the right arm into the inside of the right leg. And then reach the left arm back behind you and take the bind. So from here, practice going on to putting the weight to the left foot. And then it's harder, put it to the right foot and lift the left. Do that a few times. Yeah, it's hard. It's really tough. But it's an important kind of activate your core as you do it. Yeah, it stretches the whole body. So when you've done that a couple of times, put the weight onto the left foot and lift the right leg. Slowly uncurling. Once you're standing, if you can start to straighten the top leg, it doesn't have to straighten up fully. So we go out the way we came in, bend the leg, slowly forward fold down, and then release the bind. Keep going in. And come up into Tadasana. How did that feel?
Yeah, I got that on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's you get a bit, sometimes it hurts like doing crow, and you're like, oh, that's gonna bruise me. That passes. That we just ignore. But it does, it stretches the whole, you know, all of the body is going into some form of stretch or another. It's a really tough posture. Plus then you've got the added joy of balance on top of it. So it's really hard. And as today you see, I just went completely dizzy and can't stand up today, but I'm knackered. So we'll go with that. So work with what you've got today. Practice, it might be enough just to stay that balancing from one foot to another. So hard. But it actually is, that alone is a really good practice, and get the core working when you do that. So put a little bend into the knees. Forward fold. And then we're going to get the left arm onto the inside of the legs. And reach the right arm around the top and take hold of the bind. So transfer the weight to the right foot. Then see if you can transfer it to the left foot. No hurry. Yeah. Do it a few times, side to side. And when you're ready, transfer the weight to the right foot. Slowly uncurling like a flower. Once you're upright, just work towards straightening the top leg. But listen to your body. And then coming out as we went in, bend the top leg, slowly forward fold. Beautiful. Release and come up to Tadasana. Well done. It's a good exploration, that posture. It gets into a lot of places. It's a lovely posture. So coming to the top of the mat. Have you got core bricks, all of you? Yes. Grab your bricks and have fine. And come to the top of the mat. So inhaling, floating your arms up. Exhale, swan dive forwards to Uttanasana. Inhaling, lift to your flat back. Exhaling, step back, Chaturanga. Inhaling to upward dog or cobra. Exhaling back to your downward dog. On your inhale, step the right foot forwards, lower the left knee to the mat. So just coming into a nice passive lunge. Forget connecting to the midline. Just let the hips sink forwards towards the front heel. And let's see if you can bend the back knee. So reaching round with the left hand, see if you can take hold of the left heel, foot. Gently pulling that foot heel in towards the left sitting bone. Again, keeping the hips pushing forwards towards the front heel. So listen to your body in this. This is your borrowed body. How far would you push it? Would you be a bit more gentle? And then use the breath to push that little bit further. So with the breath, we work on a deeper level rather than working from the outside in. From the breath, we're working from the inside. So releasing the back foot. Hands to the mat, tuck the back toe and step back to your downward dog. And then step the left foot forwards. So lower the right knee to the mat. Just come into this passive stretch, so sink the hips forwards towards the front heel. Foot forwards. More. And bend the back knee. You can reach around with the right hand and take hold of the foot. Pulling the heel in towards the sitting bone, keep lengthening and pushing the hips towards the front heel. But be nice, this borrowed body. Treat it with kindness and breathe into the spaces that feel tight. Release the back foot, tuck the toes, and step back to your downward dog. Just take a moment here and feel, and let go of any unnecessary tension. Then step the right foot between the hands. Lower the left knee to the mat. This time taking the blocks. You might not need them, but see how you go. Straighten the front leg and flex the right foot. So the knee and toe are pointing up towards the ceiling. If it feels okay, you can bring your hands to your hips. Inhaling, take the left arm up. And on the exhale, forward fold. So keep pulling that right hip back and down as you fold over the right leg. If it's wobbly, use the blocks. Again, be nice to your body and breathe into this stretch. Use the blocks, use the floor, use the breath. And slowly coming up, bend the front knee, lower the hands to the mat, and step back to your downward dog. Then step the left foot forwards, lower the right knee to the mat. So either using the blocks or you can bring your hands to your hips. Straighten the front leg, flex the toe back, the toes and the knee pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Connect to your midline. Inhaling, take the right arm up. And on the exhale, forward fold. So you can use that left hand, sort of hook the thumb into the hip crease and pull that hip back and down. You're almost stretching your own leg. Push forwards through the heel, pull the toes back, pull the hip back and down. Slowly coming back up, bend the front knee, tuck the back toe and step back to your downward dog. And so now lowering down to your knees. So get your blanket and place it in front of your mat on the floor. Yeah. Unless you're in my body, which is not really happening. Listen to your body. The most gentle variation is all that is required. It's really more about the breathing. I don't know if Lim remembers what we're doing yet, but no, you'll remember in a second. So Hanamunasana, our monkey pose, leap of faith. We start in that same position and use the blocks to stabilize you. The blanket's on the slippy floor. So you're going to slowly come forward. And Jess, if that leg is tight, anything, like my right one, go into the most gentle variation where you just feel that first bit of something and breathe into it. Use the breath and let the body invite you to go deeper rather than shoving yourself in there and then trying to breathe into it. Yeah? So find what works for your body And let your body invite you into the posture rather than the mind trying to push you into it. So coming onto your knees, right leg forwards. Again, flex the foot. The blocks on this middle height are kind of a bit more stable, really. So, and you can move them as you need to if you slide forwards. So find a gentle connection to your midline and then slide the foot forwards. The more upright the body is, the more you will get into the back hip flexor. The more forward you are, the more you're just going to get into the hamstring of the front leg. Play around with it. So you might want the blocks higher. But meet your body at that first bit of resistance and then use the breath. Feel the sensations of the stretch. Just holding for a few more breaths. So if you can lengthen the exhale, can you go longer and soften? Is the body inviting you to go a little bit deeper, or is it still holding? And connect to your core, pull up through Mula Bandha and gently draw the front leg back in. Step that right leg back, sit to the heels, hands to the thighs, and just come back to your breath. Be kind to this body. You know, today I did this morning and my body today, I don't have the energy in my body. It's not there. You know, some days we really have to listen to the wisdom in the body and back out. So when you're ready, bringing the left leg forwards. Maybe it's enough just to stay in a gentle forward fold here. Otherwise, just slowly start to bring the leg forwards. So you keep a gentle connection to Mula Bandha so we don't just lose that midline completely. Find that first bit of resistance. When you're in a position that you're happy with, we're going to hold it for 10 breaths. If your body invites you to go deeper, then move deeper. Otherwise, stay where you are. Play around with the breathing. Can you breathe into the epicenter of that stretch? Can you really push the breath, push that prana through? Can you lengthen the exhalation to release as much of that stagnant, stuck energy as you can? last few breaths. Just observe, is the body inviting you to go a little bit deeper? And the breath go deeper. And then slowly connect to the midline, draw the leg back in. Take that left foot back and sit to your heels, hands to your thighs, and close your eyes. Take a moment just to thank this body. And then gently opening your eyes, we're going to sit to the left of the feet and then cross the right leg over the top. So both sitting bones to the mat. Take the right hand behind you on the mat. Inhaling, take the left arm up. And exhale to twist. So either hooking or wrapping the arm. If you work into the full bind here, you can work into the full bind. But otherwise, root down through the sitting bones, lift through the crown of the head, and turn the gaze over the right shoulder. Inhaling, come back to face forward. And then change the cross of the legs. So both sitting bones evenly down onto the mat. And take the left hand behind you on the mat. Inhale, taking the right arm up. And exhale to twist. You root down through both sitting bones. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, turn the gaze over the left shoulder. And on your inhale, come back to face forward. Uncross the legs. Have a brick close by. Come to lying on your back and have your knees bent and your feet flat to the mat. So we're taking the feet hip distance, heels close towards the sitting bones. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So your brick is going to be on its highest setting, its longest setting, or on the middle one. You choose, depends on how it feels. So slowly on your inhale, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Shuffle the shoulders together underneath you. You may need to lift the heels to get the block underneath the lower spine. So feeling fully supported by that rock. Just allowing the body to release. Want to, you can stay here. If you want to go a little bit more active, if you can reach your ankles, see if you can, this is an option. You take hold of the front of the ankles, shuffle the shoulder blades underneath you, make sure the heels are to the mat, and see if you can lift just a little bit higher. It's a very deep variation, so listen to your body. If the body says no, that's okay. And then release the bind. Take the block out from underneath you and slowly lower down. So gently hug your knees in towards your chest and do a little rock from side to side. And then slowly extend arms and legs down the mat and come into Shavasana. Bring focus back onto your breath. Observing as your breath breathes you. Fingers and toes are wiggle. Gently hug your knees in towards your chest. Do a little rock from side to side. Roll over onto your right side and gently come up to sit. As we come back to the position that we started in, just recognizing any changes you might be feeling through the body. And bring your hands in front of your heart center into prayer. So we'll close chanting 3 Oms together. Take a nice deep breath in for Om. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy the evening. Lovely and sunny.